Hi guys, so in this vlog we'll be recommending to you guys a trilogy of movie directed by Abbas Kiarostami. The trilogy is called Koker Trilogy, and we have these movies in the trilogy. First one is Where is the Friend's Home, which came out in 1987. Now the premise of this movie is very simple. There's a boy who happens to have mistakenly taken his friend's notebook, and now he's out there searching for his friend's home so that he can return the notebook to his friend. Uh, he knows that his friend lives in Koker, but he doesn't know the way to Koker, and in Koker, which house is his friend's house is something which he doesn't know. And on the way, he meets people who guide and misguide him into different direction, but ultimately he is able to reach Koker. And then something beautiful happens, which you guys have to watch to know. And the second movie is Life and Nothing More, which comes out in 1992. So actually in 1990 a huge earthquake happened in Iran, where more than 30,000 people got killed. So Abbas Kiarostami, after the earthquake, he goes to Koker to find out about the cast members whom he had casted in his first movie, and this entire thing he documents in the form of a fiction in the second movie. The third movie is Through the Olive Trees, 1994. So in this movie, uh, it shows how the filming and production of a particular scene in the second movie took place. So basically what he shows is that the filming of the second movie is also a kind of fiction, right? He fictionalizes the filming of the second movie, right? So we'll specially like to recommend this movie to people who are deep into spirituality and like to relate to time and space as a very important factor which unifies human relationships and emotions. And very often the attention of the human mind is pulled towards objectivities of this phenomenon of life, which is represented in the form of dialogues, expressions, critical thinking, thoughts, and events that happen one after another, which leads to conclusions or series of conclusions. But amid the process, what happens is that we lose our contact with the time and space, right? Time and space is the platform on which any and all activities happen, right? So but in this movie what we see is that time and space are the main characters, right? Time and space are playing the main roles, and in the middle and in the background we see different elements come forth, and one of the important elements is human spirit, right? The spirit of the people of Iran, who despite having faced such a huge calamity as an earthquake, but are still ready to move on with the flow of life. So that is the main theme that I felt when rewatching this movie, the human spirit. So right guys, so another thing which is a trademark style of direction from Kiarostami is his blending of reality and fiction, right? For example, in the second movie, Life and Nothing More, he basically documents his visit to Koker and finding out about the cast members whom he had casted in his first movie in the form of a fiction. Again, he does the same thing in the third movie, Through the Olive Trees, where he again fictionalizes the filming process of the second movie, right? So this is a very beautiful beautiful filmmaking style that you guys have to watch to know it. It's a treat for hardcore cinema lovers. So guys, I'll be putting the link to these movies in the description below for you guys to check it out, especially for the hardcore cinema lovers. So there is a very beautiful blend of reality and fiction in these movies, whether it's in the second movie, Life and Nothing More, where we see Abbas Kiarostami in real life. He goes out to Koker and finds out about the people he had casted in the first movie. So that entire thing is fictionalized. And in the third movie we see a particular scene from the second movie, how that scene was being shot, and how the production of that scene took place. That again is fictionalized in the third movie. Also in the third movie we see there are two characters, Hossein and Tahiri, right? In the movie, the boy Hossein is actively pursuing Tahiri for marriage, but as we see the scene from the second movie being shot in the third movie, in that particular scene, these two characters are actually playing husband and wife. Beautifully, these two aspects are beautifully shown in the movie, which you guys have to see to know it. With each scene, the director fictionalizes each stage of the observer and establishes the observer itself as the observed. And this is what happens in meditation. There is always that something which is observed, and that is nothing but fiction. And when we remove each layers of fiction, we are moving closer to that which is divine. In other words, as I say, that God is only one fiction away. So that's, but the one thing that stands out in this movie, guys, the highlight theme of this movie is human spirit, right? Despite the huge earthquake that has happened, despite that, people are ready to move on with their lives. So there is two particular scene that I wanted to discuss with you. One scene is that in the second movie, there's one scene where the actor who is playing the director is on his way to Koker, and on the way he gets to meet a person, an elderly person who he had actually casted in his first movie. Now he decides to give that person a lift, and that person was carrying a commode, right, a marble commode, which he unloads onto the top of the car, and they move on towards Koker in the car. So on the way, conversation happens between the director and this elderly person, and the director asks the elderly person, what is the use of this commode that you have put on the top of the car? To which the elderly person replies, what to do, I mean, the people who have died, they have died, but the people who are alive, they need this. So there is a very funny scene. Another scene that I wanted to point out again from the second movie is that we see the director is really amazed to see that the people of Koker are, despite having faced this huge earthquake, they are ready to see the World Cup final, the football World Cup final. And then he goes on to ask a person who is adjusting the antenna as to why, how come you are able to see the World Cup final in spite of having faced such a huge earthquake? To which the guy replies, what to do, I mean, what to do, the World Cup comes every 4 years and the earthquake comes every 40 years, so we have to watch the football match, we can't miss it. So that is how the people have chosen to move on with life in spite of this huge earthquake that has taken place. So it's a beautiful movie overall, guys. You should give it a watch. I will put the link to these movies in the description below. Especially for hardcore cinema lovers, please give a watch. Beautiful movie, especially people who are into spirituality, they will absolutely love this movie. So that's it, guys, for this vlog. If you like this video for whatever reason, please hit the like button, please share this video, and please subscribe to my channel, and please share and recommend this channel to your friends and family who like these kind of content. So okay, guys, we'll meet you in my next vlog. Bye bye.